Okay, I have multiple assignments for Adobe Illustrator posting in Google Class. Their point is to get you familiar with the tools that you can use so that when you go into advanced assignments, you know what all you can do. You won't know what all you can do because there's so much you can do, but it gives you a basis for the tools to work with. So the pen tool is the first one that most people have already finished. Basically, you will download this and do the pen tool in there. Remember that after each assignment, you're going to save it and attach in Google Class and turn it in. So no screenshots for this. I need the AI file attached. Make sure when you attach this one, since you started with one, that what you attach is not blank. So it might be good to save as and add your name behind it and attach the one with your name behind it so you make sure that that's the correct one. 401, AI PenArtboards is what I'd like to tell you about. It varies from all these example demonstrations I have here, except I want an artboard for each video. So the first artboard will have the stuff from video 8, second video 9, third video 10, final video 11. But instead of saving all the separate files and attaching, I just wanted you to do them all as one. So we're going to set up 4 artboards. So for 401, you can title them by the number, or you could title them by what you're covering in the number, whatever you think will be most helpful. So I would say you could call this 401, or you could call it PenArtboards. That way you know exactly what it was later when you're looking through your files and going, she's telling me 401's missing. Where is 401? What was that called? I don't know. That way you don't have to look back at the videos and figure out what we did to match it to the assignment because it has the same name. Okay, so let's get those artboards set up. File, New. I really don't care about your size and dimensions. One thing I would like to point out is in Photoshop, we were working with pixels all the time. In some of these instructional videos, he's saying pixels, but really Illustrator is made to use points, not pixels, because remember it's vector. Raster is pixels, vector is points. So go ahead and set that to points. We have 4 artboards. Actually, yours probably started off as 1. You can bump that up to 4. And I said 401 is what you could call it. Pen Artboards. And just know if you call it the same thing as the assignment, then you'll always know what matches with what assignment. It's good practice. Okay. So on artboard 1, I give you an outline of what I'd like to see on each artboard here so you can kind of get an idea of what should go on the artboard. I want a square, a rectangle, a triangle, a diamond, an octagon, and a pentagon with the pen tool. So we're working with the pen tool here. The pen tool's quick key is P. So I need a square. Click, 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 click. And if you are worried about straight lines, remember holding down Shift will make sure your lines are straight. Whenever you're closing off a shape, you'll see that circle at the edge. That shows that it will close. So I got a square. Let's try a rectangle. Okay, hold down Shift for the straight line. Click, Shift, click, Shift. Oh, that's not going to be straight. Oh well. That's an awkward rectangle. I can change this by changing my tool and then adjusting the points. I wonder if I hold Shift. Nope, it's not doing that. So I'm stuck with an awkward rectangle. Shucks. Anyway, let's go on to the triangle. Back to P, the pen tool. Triangle. Click, click. It doesn't have to be a equal sides triangle. Triangle. Now diamond. Click, click, click. That's an awkward shaped diamond. You may just call it a trapezoid, but oh well. We'll find out better ways to make diamonds later. Octagon. 8 sides. I've already messed up. Right? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm short some sides. That's 6 sides. I'll get my selection tool and delete that. And try again. Pen. 8 sides. 1. Nah, like a stop sign. Okay. Okay, there's my awkward octagon. And the pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. An awkward diamond. Okay. So mine are awkward because I don't really care. I just want to see that you've been able to use the pen tool. I also want to see that you can change colors. So here's how you do that. You got to click on whatever you want to change colors on. You can come over to the fill over here, double click, change it. You can come to the, you can make a gradient from here. To edit the gradient, you can tell it what you want each side to be. We'll get more in depth with gradients later, but that's a pretty cool gradient. Okay. You can see we got gradient over here. We got color palette over here. So let's go change it from here this time to change things up. Okay. I believe, oh, there is another way. Here. Okay, so I want to see that you have different shapes, different color, at least one gradient. I got my gradient already. And you can also make them transparent. Let's see. Go to the color palette. Just looking at my options here. You can see this has this. So I'm looking to see if I can pull this down and see more to it. Color guide. Another thing you can look for is different types of colors. Okay. Let's just keep it simple. Let's change the stroke on this one. Let's make it big enough so I can see that the stroke has changed. Let's go to finally a color I like. Okay. Done with that. So that's artboard 1. If you like to be organized and name your artboards, you can go into artboard mode, which is where you can draw more artboards if you'd like. You can delete, oh, you got to be in artboard mode, artboards if you like. And you can click on artboards and in the properties panel, name the artboards. So just so much you can do here. So that is my shapes artboard. Artboard 2 should focus on curved segments. Curved segs. Artboard 3, oh, interesting. It applies it after you click. Artboard 3 will be convert anchor points. And artboard 4 will be splitting paths. I need to hurry it up so that you guys can see this all in one video. Okay. So artboard 2, curved segments. Draw an object from random curves, practicing with the pen tool. Okay, so back to the P, the pen tool. This is my curved segments board. I said P, the pen tool. Curved segments. Okay, so remember for a curve, you gotta click and hold. And it's automatically filling my curves. Command click to click off. It's automatically filling my curves. If I want it to stop, I can hit / and that changes the fill to transparent. Command click. And I wanted a couple of S's to show you have control over your segments.